Man, we've been mining all day here. All I've been getting is crappy One Piece bandit beaters.
Bruninho! Dominican Republic!
Eh?
I may have found that game. Wabam! Roblox is a gaming platform with thousands of games across all genres. But today, we'll focus on the video games for those who crave violence, like serial killers, deadbeat dads, conquerors of ages past, and the most dastardly of them all, League of Legends players. Action games, from dungeon crawlers, and that's with a hard R, to open world adventures, in which you write your own story.
This is where games like Arcane Odyssey and the highly anticipated Drill C's is gonna come out soon, by the way. Well, even though these highly rated games do exist in the platform, there are also a lot of games that kinda just are plain bulk.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Chillax there, Rodeo.
We're talking about those games where your entire existence revolves around beating up the same group of NPCs on the same patch of land for 100 levels straight, and when you're finally done, move to the next island and fight the same guys again, but this time, have red pen.
Maybe it's just how some people get their daily dose of dopamine. Well, who am I to judge? I'm addicted to crack. But we, the fibercapz, are built different. You could even say special.
Why is
My name is Itadori Jin. I'm from the Itadori clan.
Because we only play the gaming equivalent of Michelin star meals.
And with these 4 experiences I've chosen today that got me and my buddies playing for like hours and hours, we will be grading these 4 with our 4 epic rating system.
Let me break it down for y'all. Gameplay. How smooth is the combat? How sick are the moves? We're gonna be talking about everything from movement and mechanics to combat and progression, dangers, the mobs, the bosses, whatever danger lies ahead, the world. Does it tickle your curiosity? Fascinate you? Are there layers, secrets, replayability? Is the loop fun enough to come back to? Can we keep theory crafting builds and finding new paths? Or is it one and done? Now you're gonna notice a bit of a trend. These games are riding the wave of what I call the character-focused, customized building type games. Okay, that name kinda sucks, but what does that mean? In simple terms, it's a game that leans into exploration, roguelite elements, build customization, and skill-based combat. Now, some of them do ditch the permadeath system, which, let's be honest, scares off most casuals. Not me though. But the core experience, it's all there. So now that we've established our rating system and have chosen our 4 games, let's go! Oh, real quick actually, Onegai should please like and subscribe because only 6.9% of our viewers are actually sub. Only if you enjoy it though, baka.
CHASM is a fun hack and slash, dungeon crawler, mining simulator type game where the player heads down into the depths via an elevator that gives a lot of Made in Abyss vibes. Is this game literally Made in Abyss? As you descend into the chasm, you're met with mine shafts, randomly generated tunnels, and cool environments such as caves, overgrown caves, and more caves? Okay, the variety in map is a bit lacking since there's currently only 1 layer, but hey, it's still in development. In this game, you start off in a cool little town and look at the different cool shops, which currently have a bunch of nothing. Since there's a lack of content, let's ignore that part right now and make our way to the middle of the village, to the important one, to the elevator. Play with a party or not, because as you descend into the layers of this chasm, this is when the real game starts. The gameplay. 9 out of 10. It is fluid fun, the dopamine you get from defeating enemies and doing all those sick movement tech is just immaculate. Although it can get repetitive for some, it is still super fun and has a fluid combat system mixed with fun abilities to use. And on top of that, you add in what this game sets itself apart from the others is the movement tech, baby. There's wall running, high octane movement, jump in, freaking, you can even become Tarzan. And you pair this with a really fluid combat system, it just makes the game undeniably fun. Dangers, 7 out of 10. The mobs are cool, there are a bunch of them, from cave dudes to mushroom dudes, and there's a cool boss called Larry the Lobster, the Neptune King himself. And I don't know why he's wearing that, but he has very cool boss fighting mechanics. Like, he can send a wave at you, or he can jump at you. He can even like spawn his little goons to fight you off. And the hostile mobs are pretty basic in terms of mechanics and AI, but it does complement the game. Map design, 8 out of 10. The starting town, it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of steampunk, medieval vibes, and it's really tight in a way that's very immersive, making you feel like you're a part of this world. Then we make our way to layer 1, which is, not gonna lie, it's pretty cool for its own, but it does lack a bit of variety in theme, as it's only a cave. And next up, it's an overgrown cave.
Hey guys, Lucas August from fibercapz, here to glaze the beauty of the procedurally generated looking map of the second layer from the game. Here, take a look. When I first entered the layer, I felt a wave of tranquility. The way the flora blooms and light up the surroundings gives off quite a peaceful vibe. Reminds you of those shows that really show off the theme of supernatural alien ecosystems. Though the enemies, I hate those colors, seriously ruined the vibe, man. TSP.
And then, in the boss room, we got the most random beach section? I mean, I ain't complaining because it looks good, but how do we go from a cave and somehow there's a beach with a sun? I mean, wait. Pirate? Rusty's coming out too much! Replayability, 7 out of 10. Ultimately, it is a dungeon crawler, so it's really replayable, but there's only one layer currently, and that might be boring for some. And the only thing to play for is to buy newer abilities and stuff. Core loop of the game is pretty simple. It's go into the cave, mine some ores, go deeper, beat the boss, profit. Sell your loot and stack up on some cash, and spend it on new abilities and weapons, which in this area of the game does not really exist yet. Plus, getting the new abilities kinda takes a while because the costs are kinda a lot, and I'm guessing the other weapons and classes aren't even in the game yet. It also doesn't help as there's only one layer, and playing in the same cave map over and over again can ultimately be boring for the players.
If you come here, it's so sketchy.
I'll come with you, Yanni! I'll come with you!
What?
It's an epic Roblox RPG that is basically Deep Woken, but with a sprinkle, actually no, 50 kilograms of Jujutsu Kaisen. And there's no permadeath for you also don't like losing your characters. The gist of it is you basically spawn in the Heian era with a random clan for your last name. Mostly the clans is just cosmetic as it only affects the color of your hair, but some clans, specifically the Gojo and the Michizane clan, are the only clans that can actually use the limitless curse technique, which is Gojo's. And having that technique, by the way, is super cool and funny. I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Gameplay, 9 out of 10. The gameplay is fluid fun if you like skill-based combat where there's a lot of parrying, patience, and combos, and there's also air combos, which is pretty fun. In addition to it, it's mixed with the style of JJK, having like cool black flashes, or just explode people with Gojo's hollow purple.
Kills
You need a grip, Kim?
Yeah, bro.
Whoa!
I'm alive!
In this game, there's no linear path to follow. It's entirely up to you. It is a sandbox game after all, where you decide your build, how you want to progress. That freedom leads to all diverse playstyle. Whether it's like mastering a cool curse technique like Sukuna's shrine abilities, or the blazing courage. Or you can just go full strength and punch them boys with your bare fists. Or should I say, bare divergent fists. The main goal pretty much is just to achieve grade 1 sorcerer, which is like the max level of the game. Progression isn't really clear since there's no XP tracker, so you don't really know how far you are from leveling up to the next level, but the game just expects you to keep fighting and taking on the quests it throws at you, and that's where the gameplay loop kicks in. The danger, 9 out of 10. I personally love the variety of enemies in this game, varying from different cursed monsters like this little fly looking dude to literal Shaolin goat dragon monk that punches the shit out of you. Not to mention the world bosses like this fricked up looking bear.
Oh no, I need help. Oh! Come, switch. Stuck in that bone.
Yo, he is not. There are also human mobs that have access to most of the abilities in the game, and these dudes sometimes can just beat the crap out of you. Now that I've talked to you about the dangers and the gameplay, it's time to show you, in true JJK fashion, the art of jumping.
You're my prey.
Hell no!
Okay, I got him.
Jumping!
Oh no, what the? We got him.
Hey,
We got him, boys. Chill. We don't fight.
Get fucking that
Axe
scared.
kick!
Oh my, I'm sorry, lads. I'm sorry. I am
Perfect
sorry.
block. Oh no, big jump, bro!
Oh, we're kinda ass at this game. Map design, 8 out of 10. Heian's overall atmosphere is top tier. The scale, the different biomes, it just feels very nice to explore in this vast open world. Although, it can be really overwhelming to new players as you don't know where to go. But it's so nice to have a world with just a massive scale like this to complement its great gameplay system.
Yo,
Replayability. 8 out of 10. Honestly, this is a pretty replayable game. There are some flaws that you basically have to do the same quest again and again, killing the same cursed monster or saving this hostage from the same set of bandits. Well, other than that, you can also explore the world, find and defeat all the world bosses, as there's tons of content in this game. Tons of paths to follow, doing different long quests to get your final abilities. Pressing and pressing.
You got it, you got it? You got it? Oh, you got it.
And it's low-key a chill game, you know what I'm saying? Plus, the addition of no permadeath, come on, who wouldn't play that? There are a lot of build opportunities, making the player play more and experience more of the game, because these things are what keep people playing.
Defined as the act of being freed from blame. Because who can blame you for playing Absolvement?
This game, much like CHASM, is a dungeon crawler but with endless levels. You are sent to maze-like stages, which can get a bit repetitive, but each level is randomly generated, so it feels fresh every level. In this game, you start off with unlimited customization, choosing your race, your outfit, your weapon, elemental powers, and sin, which is basically a debuff for your character. But what's funny is you can have all the sins, basically starting life with 20 disabilities. After you create your character, you click this globe button on the top left and start a dungeon. Either you play solo, or as I recommend, you play with a full party of friends. Gameplay, 8 out of 10. The game feels awesome, it is fluid, dungeon crawling fun. There are a variety of weapons and passives to get from its RNG card system, which can be really fun for a lot of players. And in the dungeons, you fight a lot of bad guys, obviously, and after defeating all of them, you get the reward, which is this orb thingy where you can choose from 3 cards. The cards can either have passive buffs, food I think, and cool weapons, varying in different rarities. After defeating all the bad guys in all the rooms, you can find the boss door, which looks like a gateway to heaven, except it's not because you're gonna fight a boss that's gonna beat the crap out of you. So better grab your buddies and then beat the crap out of the boss instead.
Oh my god, you got the body.
Holy shit.
The dangers, 8 out of 10. The bosses are well designed. Each one has specific themes, like this tall ice dude with ice powers obviously, or this hemomancer with like blood lifesteal powers. They have different attacks as well, making them all have unique boss fight experiences. Although the normal enemy variety for the regular rooms are just all different types of characters with different builds. That might suck for some people since you're kind of just fighting the same player-like enemies for all of the levels of the game, but they slowly get stronger as the difficulty progresses. Map design, 8 out of 10. The map, well, they are entirely randomly generated and all have different themes and insane details. But all of that coolness sadly is just a bunch of hallways or big wide rooms, which can get a bit lackluster, but sometimes there's stairs. Okay. Well, sometimes also there are a bunch of cool portal rooms which can lead you to like this chest room.
Vigor, I got
Oh, chest, guys, chest. Or this cool blessing room, or a merchant's room. Another good thing about the map design is the varying themes, ranging from medieval to steampunky centered-esque vibe. They all really look good and detailed, but it can be a turnoff that it's just a few random generated rooms, as it is just a dungeon crawler, which can get boring, but you can't deny how amazing this game looks. Replayability, 9 out of 10. Really replayable. From the aspect of it being a dungeon crawler, plus the trait and passive cards just adds to the RNG aspects of it, making it like peak roguelite entertainment. And it's endless. Sadly, there's permadeath to the game, so if your character goes to 0 HP, you have around 2 lives till your character ultimately perishes. And you gotta make a new one. But the good thing about dying is if you wipe your character, you will gain soul points, and you can use these to gain permanent buffs to the rest of your characters, even to the new slot. This permadeath plus fun factor of RNG makes the game really replayable. That's why maybe a lot of people like this game.
Last but not least, we got RUNE Slayer. Being a more traditional RPG, you get a race from a pretty big roster. Sadly random, so you may not get the one that you want. Not saying any race is bad, though elves are creatures. Anyway, right after that, you pick a class from a pretty solid selection of 7, with each of these classes having subclasses of their own.
It's fun trying out new classes, whether with a new slot or resetting. In my case, I have 2 sides.
What the fuck, Luke?
Maybe I can.
Hello,
Brace.
traveler. What brings you here?
Sumimasen.
You can also multi-class, giving some pretty nice build variety. As far as progression goes, it's pretty basic. Join the Adventurers Guild, clear out all the quests on the board, and then a new quest appears. A dangerous final hurdle. You could be facing off a champion, a king, or a great beast to prove you're worth ranking up. Though besides the main quest, there are a bajillion side quests you can do that are actually pretty important, providing access to beast taming.
Peanut butter. Look, it's me. I'm your friend. My name is Tyreek and I'm here to help you. I'm your friend, alright? Oh, you piece of shit! We're not friends!
Fishing, spells, and crafting, to name just a few. Though, there are a ton of restrictions in the game, as you can't access other class abilities unless you have levels on those other classes first. The lack of drip freedom as well. Striker. Also, the game sometimes can get very buggy. Some skill books not working, and trading was unavailable because of dupe bugs, I think? Maybe they should have done some checks before publishing, as it can damage the game's rep for a lot of people. These are some negatives, but overall it doesn't really affect the gameplay. Speaking of gameplay, combat in this game can get janky, but still feels pretty nice to combo and play with. Overall, the combat is very easy to read, but it does lack in the effects department. It could look cooler, and the graphical system looks pretty bland. The quest system is decent. I mean, you do exactly what the quest wants you to do, and you get rewarded. Props to the dev for even giving repeatable quests a cooldown so players can try to explore more of the world instead of grinding. As the gameplay is pretty similar to a more traditional MMO, it can take up a lot of time, which might be an issue for busier players or people who just don't have the attention span. Dangers.
Oh shit, Yanni!
Oh no!
I loved all the beef. At the tutorial, you fight a couple of skeletons, and then the next thing you know, you're up against goddamn Lich Dragon Fortisac straight out of Elden Ring. The enemy variety is so much fun, and I haven't even finished the game. You got giant bees that suplex you, man-birds that send you to sleep with a shout, and a mutated frog that you feed to a shark that takes you across islands. It really takes advantage of being in a 3D game, as it does more than just higher damage and more status effects with the gameplay. To add on to that, the world bosses, roaming calamities that would take the combined effort of an entire town of adventurers to defeat, from the Elder Trent as if Yggdrasil itself began to walk,
Anyway.
to the dire bear who I had a very unfortunate first encounter with.
Oh, boss, you're broken! What? He's back! Are you kidding me?
It's a decent map design. It helps that it's easy for new players. There's a bunch of secret areas where you need a real sharp eye, traveling to every nook and cranny, whether by jumping, climbing, or sliding. There's a bunch of different biomes from your classic plains, swamps, hell, which we're gonna talk about more because it is figuratively and literally hell. It's like trying to play the floor is lava over an American Ninja Warrior course, while a demon is throwing fireballs at you. And yes, they will knock you down. Right now, it's got a new update introducing 2 new areas called the Tundra and Beach, both of which are pretty cool actually. Tons of content, tons of paths you can follow. No permadeath, so it's a real chill game. The customizability in this game really does lend to its replayability. You get a race at the start, I wish you could choose, then you actually get to choose a class. As you level up, you get skills and then upgrade paths for said skills. The game starts off with a ton of quests, though the quest system might be a bit boring and repetitive for some. I like it though, because this makes every playthrough different. One game might have you start as an elven mage getting sent to sleep after trying to pick up a beet, while another might have you as a slime knight getting jumped by bees as you gather honey for a pie. Overall, the game's pretty replayable.
And these are our official ratings. No cap! All of them are pretty good in their own right. At the end of the day, they all got their own strength, and what you're gonna like is gonna be up to you. Even if you like hopping from one island to the next, fighting slightly stronger, reskin bandit groups, like what the hell are you doing?
Whoa! Looks like the signal's getting really bad over there. Anyway, these games only get a few 100,000 players, which does sound like a lot, but for Roblox, they definitely deserve a lot more. Steal a brain rot is fucking okay, by the way. So we made this list to give these games just a bit more attention. So if any of these games interest y'all at all, hop on with your friends. And if you don't have any, there's me. And I promise we will be posting next week, and not another 2. Thanks for watching!